I flipped my lumpia wrapper on top of the other wrapper. Don't be afraid because they're actually not gonna stick together. Hi, my name is Melissa, and I am so excited to be sharing with you our lumpiang sariwa recipe. It's a Filipino fresh spring roll, and today we're gonna be making the soft wrapper, and it's way easier than making pancakes because you don't even have to flip them. You can find everything mostly in your kitchen, pantry ingredients like cornstarch, flour, and eggs, and then we're gonna be filling it with a vegetarian filling, which is gonna be so delicious. We're gonna start by making the soft wrapper because it tastes way better than a store-bought wrapper. And it's just 5 ingredients. So we're gonna mix the flour, cornstarch, and salt in the bowl so that they can get nice and incorporated. Because if I add the liquid now, you might have flour more on one side or cornstarch more on one side. So this way everything is even. I'm gonna take my whisk and just gently whisk everything together. Now I'm gonna take some water and I'm gonna drizzle it in slowly while I'm gonna keep whisking. And this batter is gonna be very liquidy. Don't be afraid. You didn't make a mistake, I promise. It's really similar to like making crepes and kind of that consistency as well. And then I'm gonna add the eggs one at a time. I'm gonna actually crack it into another container. The reason I do this is so that I don't get any eggshells in my mixture. So 1 egg in, we'll just keep going with all 5. My last egg. And then now I'm just gonna make sure and whisk till everything is nice and smooth. I'm gonna cover this with plastic wrap and I'm actually gonna let it rest in the fridge for about 30 minutes. It's gonna allow for time for all the flour and the cornstarch to get absorbed. It's gonna help you get a nice and fluffy soft wrapper at the end. Now we can make our filling. This is one of my favorite dishes to actually eat during the spring and the summer because it's so fresh, because it's not fried, because traditionally lumpia, when you think about it in the Filipino culture, it's like a deep fried lumpia and Shanghai, which is a crispy egg roll. This one is special because it's just fresh. My dad would love to put pork in it, but then my mom, who's the healthier one of the two, would always put shrimp. But today I'm gonna make her really happy and just make it with veggies. I've got some carrots from the fridge that I'm gonna be putting in. Cut the carrots into cubes so that when you cut into it with your knife or fork, it's really easy to eat. I'm using heirloom carrots because I like to add color to the dish, and these ones are really beautiful. And then the next vegetable we're gonna add is going to be the sweet potato. So I'm just gonna peel it, and then I'm gonna give it the same cut as I did the carrots. That's going to help with keeping everything bite-sized and delicious for your lumpia. Right now we just have veggies for the filling. If you have bean sprouts, that's actually a really great addition. You can put ground pork, ground chicken, papaya. And then next I've got my cabbage. And I like to use purple cabbage because I like to cook with colors. I'm gonna quarter it and then I'm actually gonna take out the core. And then I'm going to thinly shave the purple cabbage. This adds nice body, nice color, nice texture and flavor to the dish. The next vegetable I have are green beans. So I'm gonna cut up probably about ½ a cup of these. This adds a nice color, a nice texture. So you can see these are all of our veggies. They're so colorful, they're so beautiful. Last thing that I'm gonna cut is our onion. I'm probably just gonna use ½ an onion. I'm doing a bigger dice on these, which is kind of the same size as the carrots, just to add more texture to the dish. And then I'm gonna grab a couple cloves of garlic, and I'm just gonna smash and mince them. And then the final thing that I'm gonna cut is actually our tofu. I like to use extra firm tofu just because it can maintain its structure when I start sauteing anything and it doesn't crumble automatically. It's been drained from the liquid. We really want it to be a little bit more dried out than regular tofu. So yeah, make sure you strain this guy. I'm gonna cut it into cubes as well. And there you have it. This is all the things that you're gonna need for your filling. We're gonna go ahead and start cooking. I've got a pretty large size pan here. I'm gonna get my heat on, turn it on to medium high. I'm gonna add some oil to it. I'm gonna always add the garlic first because in Filipino cooking, that's what we do. And I'm gonna add our onions. I'm gonna cook the onions till they're nice and translucent. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to help pull out the moisture and the liquid that's in the onions. And you can see that our garlic is getting nice and golden brown. Some of the really strong flavors in Filipino cooking are that garlic taste. So you really want that to come out. I'm starting with the sweet potatoes because they have a longer cooking time. When you're cooking stir fries, it's important to kind of know when the vegetables cook because you don't want to have undercooked sweet potatoes and overcooked carrots. And at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of our nutritional yeast. Get ready to add this to your pantry. It is an amazing kind of cheese alternative if you have dairy allergies. It's also vegan, adds a really great umami taste to your dish. And since we're not adding any fish sauce or any soy sauce to this dish, I think it'd be a really good kind of substitute, and then show how flaky it is because it kind of looks like fish food. Just kidding, that doesn't sound appealing at all. I'm just gonna season it a little bit with this. I'm gonna add a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper. It's like cheesy. You can smell that there is something in there that has umami to it. And you can see that it's kind of melting into the dish like cheese. At this point, I'm gonna add our carrots. Carrots cook quite fast, and it's just timing everything. And also, don't be afraid to try the vegetables to see if they're cooked or not. This is a dish that I specifically remember making with my mom. She just was showing me like how simple it actually was, and also how, oh my gosh, I'm brain farting. I gotta like dance it out. My mom was just showing me how easy it was to eat vegetables, and also just have this moment where like, hey, you can take some time in your day and slow down and make something that's really delicious to share with your family. You can see our carrots and our sweet potatoes are ready to go. I'm gonna add the green beans right now and our purple cabbage. At this point, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the nutritional yeast just so that I can flavor everything that's in here. And then I'm actually gonna use some liquid aminos, which is a soy sauce alternative. It's lighter in flavor and has still that really great umami that soy gives. A little bit of cracked black pepper. Smells so, so good. This is probably gonna be like a minute and a half max, because when you turn this off the fire, it's actually gonna keep cooking and wilt as well. Add our tofu, oh. I'm gonna add the tofu now. Oh, it's still there. God. Is it gone, Brad?
Oh, you got it.
Okay. Make sure you don't have nutritional yeast on your face. Or you can, it's fine. I'm gonna add the tofu now into here. It doesn't take that long to cook, honestly. I'm gonna just stir it around so that tofu can get that flavor of the liquid aminos and the nutritional yeast. And so you can see how beautifully coated the tofu is. It's got the black pepper in there. Cabbages is wilted. The green beans look cooked but yet crispy. So I'm actually gonna turn the filling off right now, and we're gonna set that aside. So once your filling is off the fire, I'm just gonna add a little bit of cilantro to this, and then we're actually gonna add cilantro at the very end too. Now, let's get saucy. The thing that also makes this lumpia so special is traditionally it's served with a caramel sauce. In Filipino cooking, there's also this balance of always like sweet, savory, and acidity. But today I'm actually gonna be making a coconut caramel sauce. You just wanna get a small sauce pot going, and then I'm gonna add my coconut milk, a cup of coconut, and then I'm gonna add my brown sugar. I think growing up, this was my favorite part of the dish because it was really sweet. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water, and then I'm gonna season it with some liquid aminos and just add about like a teaspoon. This is a great balance to that umami flavor bomb that we have. I'm just gonna let that come to a boil, and then I'm gonna make my cornstarch slurry right now, and I'm just gonna whisk it up. If I was to add the cornstarch right now, you'd just get big clumps and globs of everything. Mixing it separately with water will actually allow it to melt all the way down. I'm gonna add this to our sweet sauce. And you're gonna cook this down till, just to make sure that the cornstarch gets cooked in this. This is getting really thick. And I'm gonna add more liquid. I'm looking for a like caramel sauce consistency. I'm gonna add a little bit more liquid aminos just to add a little bit more savoriness to it, but this is amazing. You could probably just have this with ice cream. I'm ready for this crepe rolling lumpia making time. Our batter has been resting. The nonstick size that I recommend using is an 8-inch nonstick pan and to have nonstick spray. The trick here is not to have too hot of a pan and not too low of a pan heat. That did not come out right. Make sure that your pan is not too hot and it's not too low. We're probably gonna have to do a practice round just to make sure we can get the heat just right for the pan. And you can see right now that this isn't hot enough. We're not getting that kind of nice lumpia texture to it, which is great because now you get to see how it doesn't look. Non-stick spray, I'm gonna start in the middle and then I'm gonna start swirling my pan around. And you can see that it cooks pretty fast. And you can test it by checking the sides. You can see that the edges are starting to peel off the pan. So I can flip it over and you'll see that it'll pop right out. Now I'm ready to roll. Are you ready to roll? It's super easy to make. You just take your wrapper, you place it on the middle of a plate, you take your lettuce and you place it right here. And then you've got your filling. Make sure that you get a little bit of everything, the sweet potato, carrots, green beans, cabbage, and then you just gently roll it. And then you're gonna put your sauce on top. I usually top it with actually freshly minced garlic, some cilantro, and then crushed peanuts. And that's how we roll. This is our finished lumpiang sariwa. So as you can see, we have our fresh lumpia wrapper. It's not fried, and it is kind of like a salad. My mom would be so impressed with my lumpiang sariwa. I can taste the nutritional yeast and that distinct umami flavor. The sweetness of the sauce pairs perfectly with the veggies. You can taste the minced garlic. There's an incredible crunch from the peanuts. The lumpia wrapper might take a couple of times to master, but once you've got it, you'll nail it. And you'll make everyone really happy with your lumpia. Nailed it! That's a wrap. No pun intended.